The Toronto Raptors absolutely fleeced the Sacramento Kings in this trade right here. It was quite phenomenal by the Raptors to utilize their cap space that is available currently to go up there and acquire 2 draft picks and also a fairly young point guard who could be a decent backup on this team, while also getting a decent, more veteran kind of guy that can shoot the 3 ball a bit as well. So in today's video, we're going to break down this trade and also break down the Toronto Raptors 45th overall pick as well, which ended up being Jamal Shead. But in this deal here, the Raptors ended up getting Davion Mitchell, Sasha, Vezenkov, the 45th overall pick in this year's draft, and a 2025 Portland second rounder for Jaden McDaniels to go to the Sacramento Kings. This is a wild trade for the Raptors here, but a very, very good one. Jaden is a guy who had a very limited impact on the Raptors last year, did not do a ton, and ends up getting moved here for some very solid assets here. And honestly, this was just a deal to kind of eat some money up for the Kings there, but a great deal for the Raptors here. The Kings are now under the luxury tax, though, and open up a roster spot, which is why they did it. But for the Raptors here, they did a very, very good job and utilizing their cap space to get some assets back in return. So starting off here, Sasha Vezenkov is a 28-year-old guy turning 29 this summer. 6'9" power forward. Only his first year that he just played in the NBA, came over from overseas there, but a decent guy. They're going to shoot the 3 ball a bit. They're averaging 37.5% from 3. 5.4 points there. Not a big deal at all. He has a contract for this year and next coming up, but not going to be much of an impact player, I don't think. He'll be a guy coming off the bench a bit, but nothing too crazy there at all. But the big pieces in this deal were Davion Mitchell, who I think is going to be a pretty solid player, going to compete for that backup point guard spot alongside probably Jamal Shead possibly, but he's a very solid player here. Still only 25, turning 26 in September. Averaged only 5.3 points per game this past season, but as a rookie, did a very good job, averaging 11.5. Can shoot the 3 ball a bit there. This past season averaged 36.1% from 3 on 2.2 attempts. Decent playmaker there. Fairly small size, though not the biggest guy in the world, as he is, just over 6 foot. So nothing too crazy there at all size-wise, but a decent point guard there. A really good defensive kind of guy. That's what he's known for. He's about 6'2", though. All right size, good playmaker, could just shoot the 3 ball a bit, doesn't turn the ball over a ton. Not going to be some crazy pickup, but it could be a decent backup point guard who can play some good defensive ball there, handle a bit, play make, shoot the 3 ball. Not too bad of a pickup at all. But the main piece that the Raptors got here was a 2025 Portland Trail Blazers second round pick, which, if they're bad, could be a decent pick, and a what's presumed to be a pretty loaded draft class, as well as a 45th overall pick in this year's draft, which ended up being Jamal Shead, who I think is a decent pickup there for the Raptors. Maybe could be a solid backup point guard. He has some similarities to a guy like Malachi Flynn, Fred VanVleet, Davion Mitchell, and Kyle Lowry, but he's got a long way to go to be anything as good as guys like Fred or Kyle. They're phenomenal players there, but he's a good defender there. He's some high IQ. He is 6 foot, 200 pounds, 6'3" wingspan, an undersized guard, kind of like those players, more out of the defensive kind of guy. He's a tough physical player out there. So like obviously Kyle a bit there as well. He doesn't shoot the 3 ball that great, and we'll take a look at the numbers in a second. He has a decent mid-range game there. Nothing too crazy. Not some sniper out there. A good playmaker. Is a very good leader there, and on a very good Houston team as well. Helped them get very far in the March Madness there. Has obviously been a very winning player with their program, as they've been one of the top teams over the last at least like 3 or 4 years. They've been a true kind of like top tier program, and have been for a very long time. But the last couple of years, they have been truly like one of the best teams in all college ball. So very interesting there. He was on a very good team there, was one of the defensive kind of dynamos on that team there. Very solid defensively, but undersized there. Going to the NBA could definitely have some issues, being only 6 foot there, 6'3" wingspan. Might be a bit of an issue for him. He's a decent athlete, nothing too crazy there at all. Has a bit of bounce to his game, defensively, but in general there, he's got a lot to work on there to be a true impact player at the NBA level. But he will be a guy fighting for that backup point guard spot next season. Taking a look now, though, what he averaged in his final season at Houston. He ended up having 37 games played there, 12.9 points, 3.7 rebounds, 6.3 assists. So, like I said, a pretty good playmaker there. All right rebounder. Okay points there for a senior. Nothing too crazy, though. But the 3-point percentage is a little worrying. It was only at a 30.9% there on 3.8 attempts. Not the best there. The free throw is pretty good, though. Last season had 2.8 attempts there with 77.9% free throw percentage. So not too bad there. 2.2 steals. I think overall, this is a decent pickup here for the Raptors at pick number 45 in the second round. Has a chance to be a decent backup point guard, but the ceiling is definitely not crazy high. The three-point shot's a little worrying. If he can't hit that three-point shot and get that nailed down and can't be a good or great defender at the NBA level, things are definitely not going to look great for Jamal. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this draft pick and also this trade as a whole. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe for more Toronto Raptors content. See ya.